Watchtower.
Hey, what's in this drink?
Cabs to be had out there.
I wish I knew how.
Your eyes are like stars
to
right
break
now.
this spell.
I'll take your hat. Your hair looks
I
swell.
ought to say no, no, no.
Mind if
sir.
I'm moving closer?
At least I'm gonna say that I tried.
What's the sense of hurting my pride?
That, of course, the classic Christmas song, Baby It's Cold Outside, written during the Second World War, but it's 70 years later, so that means someone somewhere found something to be offended about. Some say the lyrics have creepy, offensive overtones, so a new version was penned with updated lyrics. Here it is.
What is this drink?
Pomegranate LaCroix.
I wish I knew how.
Maybe I'll help you
to
out.
break this spell.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I ought to say no, no, no,
You
sir.
reserve the right to say no.
At least I'm gonna say that I tried.
You reserve the right.
Joining us now, the singers and the songwriters you just saw, the ones who wrote that updated version, Lydia Liza and Josiah Lemansky. Lydia, Josiah, thanks a lot for joining us.
Tucker.
Hey,
Yeah, thank you for having
great
us.
voices, and I listened to your song about 5 times. You're obviously really talented. What was wrong with the original version? Why not just sing that? Seems a little better to me. Why didn't you?
Yeah, the original version, we don't, I mean, it's fine. We do like the original version as well. The thing is just that listening to it in our generation's context is definitely different from the 1940s context.
Yeah.
It sounds different to different ears.
So what do you mean by that? Sounds different is not good in this case, I have the feeling. Or you wouldn't have rewritten it.
Well, we rewrote it just as like a fun thing to do between us.
Yeah.
We weren't necessarily offended by the first version. We just were listening through it and we were like, that doesn't sound so great when you take all the music away and the history of it. Today it sounds pretty creepy.
Pretty creepy. So, but I mean, you're young people. You live in the modern world. You hear hip hop and rap. I mean, references, explicit references to rape, encouragement to rape is really common in that music. Do you ever rewrite any of it?
Yeah.
Have you rewritten any Lil Wayne or anything?
No, and we're completely aware of that too.
Yeah.
But again, it wasn't necessarily like an attack on anything.
Yeah.
It was more just fun, and it seemed contextual because it's Christmas time and the song was on the radio a lot. And you know, we don't agree with those types of lyrics at all in other songs like that. We don't condemn that at all. But I guess we weren't really out to change the whole world on this.
Yeah, or get rid of the original at all. We just wanted to update it to new ears. You know.
So the critique has been that you made it less romantic, that while consent is obviously essential, and I don't think anyone would contest that, explicit legalistic consent maybe is less romantic than, say, implication or nuance. Do you see that?
Yeah, and we did that. We did it on purpose. I mean, we were trying to be like militant and funny about it. It was, especially the part where he says you reserve the right to say no twice.
Yeah.
We realized
no one's going to say that in a regular conversation, and we know that.
But what do I know? I'm 47.
that'd be weird.
But does it seem like we're in the middle? I mean, it's always important, I think, to remember that we're in an era, no matter where we're living or when, we're in a moment, and that maybe our current moment is a moral panic of a sort, where people are very easily offended, and a Twitter, and there's a lot of pearl clutching going on about this or that offensive statement.
Yeah.
Do you feel that? Would you notice that?
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. In the PC cops kind of stuff, like that really is going on right now, and people are offended because we're trying to have so many conversations at once with like the oversaturation of media and stuff. So it's hard to focus on one thing at a time, and so everybody gets upset about a lot of things at once because there's a ton to be upset about.
Yeah, a lot of information.
Yeah.
So what do you think? I mean, all kinds of traditional children's songs, if you look at them through the lens that a lot of people are looking at this song through, it's easy to get offended. I mean, Yankee Doodle Dandy has a line in there about "with the girls be handy." Is that adding to rape culture, do you think? Or Mary Had a Little Lamb, is that insensitive, do you think, to the animal rights people? Does it feel that way?
You know, I wouldn't necessarily say that that's, you know, offensive or that's promoting rape, but I think it can't hurt to just update it. Update it to a different song if you want to. Let's just kind of have some fun with it.
Yeah.
So like Yankee Doodle got the girl's consent before getting handy with her, sort of thing?
No, not necessarily, but I mean, it's you know, kids, everyone's afraid of what the kids are listening to, and they want to make sure that they're listening to good, wholesome stuff, and sometimes it can be taken differently than how other kids take it. So making one updated version as just an example of, you know, a good example of a respectful conversation or the correct way to do something couldn't necessarily hurt.
Yeah.
You're familiar with the song Frere Jacques, right?
Yeah.
You know, Frere Jacques. I mean, there's a line in there where he's asleep and the morning bells are ringing and he doesn't wake up, and I'm feeling like, well, maybe that's a little insensitive to narcoleptics. Does that feel that way to you at all?
That was really funny.
No.
No.
Okay, good. Just a test. I just want to see we're on the same page.
I love it.
It's great to see you. And as much as I'm making fun of this, because I think it needs to be made fun of, you're obviously really talented, and I appreciate your coming on.
Thank you so much, Tucker.
Thanks, Tucker.
We really appreciate it.
Thanks.